Ready. Now, independent sample t-test. Independent sample t-test compare mean of two groups. Simple, that's all, matter over. And now three groups and more. Here two groups. Here also compare. We are going to compare means, which means it is going to be available under analyze compare means. Independent sample t-test also compare means. So comparing the mean score like or no. But here only difference is this you can use only when in a category variable two groups. So comparing the mean score of two groups. For example, I want to know whether boys are talking more in the cell phone or girls are talking more in the cell phone. Then let us collect survey. Okay. Then boys and girls I collected. 1 boys, 2 girls, 100 boys, 100 girls, whatever it is. How much time they are talking. Then I can compare. Salary of men and women. Performance of public sector bank, private sector bank. Okay. Comparing A section, B section. Comparing rural and urban. Okay. Comparing educated, not educated. Okay. So like that. You have one category variable for which you have only two categories. Okay. Now, before I could go, you have to tell what is the null hypothesis? What is the null hypothesis? Null hypothesis will be there is no difference between boys and girls with respect to usage of cell phone. There is no difference between two groups. That is the null hypothesis. There is no difference because we are comparing the mean. There is no difference. Okay. What do you mean by no difference? Mean is not different. Okay, which means x1 bar mean of one group, no difference. X1 bar equal to x2 bar because of no difference. Otherwise, x1 bar no difference equal x1 bar minus x2 bar equal to 0. Same. That is the null hypothesis. Now let me go to the hypothesis. Null hypothesis, the means of two groups are not significantly different, which means x1 bar difference. I am trying to find out difference. x1 bar minus x2 bar equal to 0. Otherwise, x1 bar equal to x2 bar. If you put it for the population, mu1 equal to mu2. So mu1 is a population mean. Okay, you need to understand certain words available in the market. Mu means population mean. X1 bar means sample mean. Sigma is population standard deviation. Yes, capital S mean sample standard deviation. Rho means population relation. Small r means relation between in the sample relation in the sample. Okay, so these are all the what is population, what is this one. Okay, now alternate hypothesis. The means of two groups are different. Otherwise, means are significantly different, which means x1 bar minus x2 bar may be greater than 0 or less than 0. That is why 2. Okay, that is why we are going for postcard whenever there is a difference, because it may be more or it may be less. First group mean minus second group mean, more or less. Okay, okay. So this is a okay. Now we know whenever we perform any test, we have to look at the significant value. If the significant value is less than 0.05, we have to reject the null hypothesis. This we know, right? Very good. So this is the test case, right? Now we are going to take a data set, which is a average monthly minutes. Okay, one variable is average monthly minutes, which is a metric variable. How much time you talk in the cell phone. Gender is a categorical variable. That is what we are going to use. Now let me go to the data set. Average monthly minutes. Okay. I am using the data set by name average monthly minutes. Okay. What data set I am using? Okay. Very easy also. Normally I will use the first one first and second one second. First average monthly minutes, that data set I am using. Okay, very good. Now I opened and getting a data set like this. Now the data set contains two variables. One variable is sex, another variable is average monthly minutes. Sex contains two, 0 for female, 1 for male. Two category. Then average monthly minutes scale. Now let us look at the data. This is a categorical variable. I have 1 and 2. I have 1 and 2. Here I have metric variable average monthly minutes. I can find out mean. I can find out mean. Very good. I can find out mean. Very good. So now I know what is the two variable. One variable is having two category, another variable metric. Oh, then I have to use independent sample t-test. Then I have to use independent sample t-test. Now let me go to analyze. Here also I am going to compare means of two groups. Now, so I have to go to the compare means. Compare means. Then I can see the list. Here, independent sample test. Independent sample t-test. Right, very good. Now, okay. Here I have two boxes. One is test variable box. Another is a grouping variable box. In a test variable, that is a test variable, average monthly minutes. How much time there? That is my test. I want to test the performance. Okay, that is the test variable or dependent variable or metric variable. Okay, so that variable I am putting the test variable. Then categorical variable is a grouping variable. Now it is a grouping variable. Now here in grouping variable, here OK is not coming because I have to define groups. Now group 1, here female I put 0, I am putting 0, and male I put 1, I am putting 1. So in the variable I have given 0 option for female and 1 option for male. That is why I am giving 0 and 1. If you have given 1 and 2, then you have to specify 1 and 2. Very good. Now, why it is asking define groups? Know that I am performing 2. Now, what people will do, People will take a variable which is having 3 category. But we compare 3. Then what you can do, you can compare first category with the second one. So you here, though your A, what you can do, you can select here in define groups, you can select first category and second category. Second time you can do first category and third category, you can compare, right? So that is why the option is provided to you here. But simultaneously you cannot do in an independent sample. That you have to go only to ANOVA. Very good, yeah. Now I am telling okay. If I put okay, result will come. Result is a very big table. Result is a very big table. Okay, very good. Result is a very big table. Okay, now let me go to the PPT. Okay. Okay, this data set, average monthly is a metric variable. Center is a categorical variable having 2 category, female and male, 0 and 1. Okay. Okay, now what I used, analyze that that slide also I put. Now it is visible. Analyze, sorry, analyze, compare means independent sample t-test, right? Then what I have done, I have put average monthly minutes in the test variable and the gender in the this one grouping variable. In the defined groups, I have put 0 and 1. Continue. Now, so that also I have written, because if you do mistake here, then everything is collapsed here. Metric variable, you have to put it, that is the test variable. In ANOVA also, metric variable, that is a metric variable, you have to put it on the top, because it will try to find out mean for the top variable. Okay, okay. So metric variable, otherwise test variable. Here, average monthly minutes. Category variable, otherwise grouping variable here, which is a gender. In the defined groups, I put group 1 equal to 0, group 2 as 1. That is what I put. Now the result. Now you know what one you want to see. What one you want to see? Significant value. Very good, sir. Significant value. Very good, sir. Now let me see the value. Normally, if I take in offline, I will ask one boy. I will ask him to come. You please see the significant value. He will come here. He will come to the board. And he will say, sir, significant value is 0.009, sir. 0.009, sir. Then I used to give some example also. Okay, what example I will do? For example, right? For example, okay, let us take Lenin. Okay, so you might have seen the Kanabadi, right? So he is the admin. He is that Lenin. Lenin boy is Kanabadi here. He is admin for everybody. He is only putting connection. Okay, but he is a bachelor boy, my scholar. Now, Lenin, for Lenin, his mother is arranging for alliance. Now, she has identified one girl. Now, he is asking, see, her mother, asking his brother, not Lenin brother, his mother brother, that is Lenin uncle. Asking the Lenin uncle, okay, to take Lenin to that house and see that girl and come. Now, Lenin and uncle, okay, they are going there. When they are approaching near the house, the uncle is telling, hey Lenin, we are going there to see a girl, Ra. That Mama, I know, he is telling. Okay. Now, uncle is telling, hey, Lenin, we are going there to see a girl. But in that house, There are two girls now. There are two girls. One girl is a elder one, another is a younger one. But we are going to see the elder one only. He is telling. Okay. Now Lenin and uncle both people are waiting. Okay. Now, when eagerly waiting, Lenin boy is eagerly waiting. But suddenly, one girl has crossed. Who is that girl? He is the younger one. Now Lenin seeing that younger one, she is nice. He is asking the uncle, hey, uncle, I like. But he is a young boy, he can tell. But he being a elderly person, the uncle cannot tell it to the family, we like younger one. They will beat both people. So when we went there to see elder one, we have to see elder one only. We should not see younger one. Younger one might cross. You should not see. Why I am telling this example? Because here we have performed independent sample t-test, which means we have performed t-test, which means we have to look at the t-test value only. So now this is the t-test. What Lenin has shown 0.009. This is the significant value of f-test. That is crossed. That is crossed in the beginning. You should not see. Okay. So now we know that we should not see this one. We have to see this one. Okay. But here there are two significant values. Which one to see? Which one to see? Then now I will tell another one. Now Lenin is going there to see a elder one. Now Lenin is very clear. I have to see the elder one only, very clear. Now uncle is telling another Kundu. What is that? Hey Lenin, we are going there to see the elder one, but elder one, they are twins, They are twins. There are two people. Oh, then what want to see? But he is telling among the twins, one is married, which means married one means he should not see. We have to see only the not married. How to identify he is married? Now Lenin boy will put the head like this. Why is putting head like this? Because he wants to see whether the girl is married or not. How to identify? He is looking at the metti. That is why he is putting the head like this. Seeing the metti, whether the girl is wearing the metti or not. If she is wearing the metti, married. If it is not wearing the metti, not married. Yeah. If it is metti, reject. Then we have to look at the another, wait for the another girl. Okay, now this is the example. Now we will go to the situation, what we have to see. No, first one. We have to see the F significant value. Okay. Now please understand. We have to see the F significant value. If F significant value is significant. Otherwise, if it is less than 0.05. Here, it is 0.009. It is not 0.09, please understand. It is 0.009, which is less than 0.05. Which means we have to reject the equal variance assumed. This one we have to reject. Top row we have to reject. Okay. Then we have to see the bottom one. Now what is the bottom one? Bottom one is, now let us see the significant value of equal variance not assumed, which is 0.581. Now this is the significant value we have to see. Now what is 0.581? 0.581 is greater than 0.05, which means we have to accept the null hypothesis. What is null hypothesis? There is no difference. So no difference is accepted, which means no difference. Which means in this example, average monthly minutes, there is no difference between, what is null hypothesis? No difference. That is accepted. There is no difference between boys and girls with respect to using the cell phone, talking. Boys are also talking, girls are also talking, all are talking. So no difference. We cannot tell boys are talking more or girls are talking more. So both are same, which means means are same, which means the difference is approximately 0. Now, okay, now let me tell what I have written. 11th test for equality of variance result shows that significant value is 0.009, which is less than 0.05, which means both groups are not homogeneous, rejecting. Equal variance assumed rejected, which means not homogeneous. So t test for equal variance not assumed is considered. So equal variance not assumed is considered. Okay. Now the significant value for equal variance not assumed is 0.581 and it is greater than 0.05. So we accept the null hypothesis. Hence, there is no significant difference between two means, which means average monthly minutes spoken by male and female are same. There is no difference. Now it gives the mean value also. In the next, this is the first table you get. Let us look at the mean value. The mean value of female, that is 139 people, 160. Male is 163. There is a difference of 3, which is insignificant. The mean value of average monthly minutes of female is 160 and the male is 63. The difference between is 3.18, which is insignificant. Not much differ. We cannot say this is a significant difference. Okay. So this is the independent sample t-test. Okay. Okay, now clear? I will take one more example also. Now, second data set I am going to take. What is the data set? Employee detail. Same employee detail, whichever I have taken for the ANOVA. Same employee. Here, okay. So let me go to the variable view. Here also I have sex. That is a string variable converted into here variable. So here one is male, another is female. Here I have a metric variable salary. See, now I have taken the girls, I have taken the boys, I have taken their girls salary and boy salary. Whether boy salary and girl salary are different or not. We have taken some IT course, whatever it is. Okay. Now, as per Equal Variance Act, Equal Remuneration Act, there should not be any difference between male salary and female salary if they perform same work. Okay. Okay. So now, what I have to do? I'm going to analyze. I'm going to compare means. I'm going to independent sample t-test. Okay. In the test variable, I have to put metric variable. Here, current salary is my metric variable. Then sex is my categorical variable. I am putting under group variable. Now define groups. I have to put 1 for group 1, 2 for group 2, because I put 1 for female or something, right? And 2 for other category. Okay, fine. Continue and okay. Okay. Now after putting okay, I'll get the result that I have here one table. Here I have one more table. So both table, let me put it under the here in PPT. Okay. Now, now, okay. Now what I have to see? First, I have to see the okay, Levin's test. Okay, Levin's test. Okay. Now this value is significant. What do you mean by significant? What do you mean by significant? F significant value is 0.000, which is less than 0.05, which is less than 0.05. If it is less than 0.05, which means we have to reject equal variance assumed. Less than 0.05, reject the equal variance assumed, which means this row is rejected. Now let me go to the next row. Here I am looking at the significant value. This significant value is 0.000, which is less than 0.05, which means both are different. Male salary is different from female salary. They are different. Less than 0.05. Null hypothesis rejected. No difference is rejected, which means there is a difference between male salary and female salary. Now, when it is different, then we have to see mean value. Hey, that person is different. X1 bar is not equal to X2 bar. X1 bar minus X2 bar may be minus or plus. What is that? Now let us see. Male salary is 41,441. Female salary is 26,031. There is a difference. What is the difference? Here, there is a difference of 15,409. 15,409. That is the mean difference value. Okay. Now, okay. Okay, that's all. That's all the independent sample t-test. Now, here we are having many values. Here we are having many values. What is the values? First, I will tell one by one value. This F value. This F value. Always F. 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 Do you remember where we have used F? Oh, in ANOVA also we have used F. Very good. Very good. Okay. This F value, always this F value is square of T. Okay, always F is nothing but square of T. Here T is 10. 10 square is 100. Okay, this is the square. Now, here degrees of freedom. We know degrees of freedom. 472 sample. Okay, here two groups. Okay, 472 minus 2, 474 minus 2, 472. So see how many? 254, 8, 116. So totally 474. 474 minus 2 degrees of freedom. Okay. Now we know mean difference. Now we need to know what is the standard error. Okay, so how it is calculated. So now for all these things, okay, so now this is a one sample, two sample t test. What is the two sample t test? Okay, that this will come. Okay, so now, so I said F is nothing but t square. Okay, we got the standard deviation, that is the sample standard deviation for that sample. So sample standard deviation formula is sigma x minus x bar square divided by n minus 1 degrees of freedom. Normally, if it is a population standard deviation, n. In Excel, if you put std tv dot p population standard deviation, if you put dot s in Excel, that is a sample standard deviation. So that sample standard deviation is nothing but n minus 1. Okay. Then we have many statistics. We have seen the levels test. So this is calculated with this formula. Standard error for regular standard error is sigma, or here yes, standard deviation. Yes, divided by S means standard deviation. Simply you will say sigma. Sigma divided by root n is the standard error. Okay, so if it is a equal variance assumed, okay, so okay, we have one standard error formula. Equal variance are not assumed one standard deviation formula. Equal variance assumed one standard error formula. Okay, so by using this standard error formula, we have estimated. So why we are worried about the standard error? All these things are okay. Now for all, and say normally in Excel, okay, now all the formulas are given here. Apart from that, not only formulas I have given here, I have given for a calculation for employee. For employee data set, I have performed independent sample t-test. In the Excel, I have calculated all the values. All the values I have calculated. I have given each values. What is the output you are getting? I have used that formula and I have estimated also. That is available. People who are interested, they can go and see mean value, standard deviation, all these values, standard error values, lower values, all are I have estimated. All I have estimated by using upper value also I have estimated. All values I have estimated. These values are estimated values I have given. You can use the formulas are there. Okay, estimated. But for other people not interested, yeah, please leave it. Let us not break our head. But I want to tell one important thing to you. What I want to tell. Okay. Okay. So now. Okay. Now, now we will look at the significant value in a T table. All right. Okay. This is the calculated t value. Calculated t value. T value. Okay. How the t value is coming? How the t value is coming? Okay. Now, what is our objective? Our objective is to find out the difference. What is difference? Mean of one group, mean of another group. Okay, so I will get a difference. This is the difference. Okay, but I'm not going to look at this difference value. Rather, I'm going to look at the t value in the table. Oh, then how the t value is coming? That t value is nothing but mean difference. That is the estimate. Mean of one group minus mean of another group divided by the standard error. So, the estimate is x1 bar minus x2 bar divided by standard error. Otherwise, the difference, that is the estimate divided by standard error. Okay, here our estimate is difference. We are looking at the difference between two groups, whether they are significantly different or not. In our first case, we have seen 160, 163. That difference of 3 divided by standard error, t value, whether the t is significant or not. Here, okay, 44,000 and 25,000, whether they are 26,000, the difference is 15, whether it is difference or not. Like that we are looking. So, t value is mean difference divided by standard error. What is mean difference? This is 41,000 x1 bar minus x2 bar. Suppose this one is less, then I will get a minus t value because the difference will be in minus. Okay, x1 bar minus x2 bar. If x1 bar is less, I will get mean difference less minus, then minus divided by this one, my t value also will be minus. So we need not worry. We are looking at the values. Okay. So now, so we know t value. T value is nothing but mean difference divided by standard error. Okay. Why we are dividing by standard error? You please think it over. I will tell later, but not necessary. Yeah, please understand. But now I am going to tell one thing. What is that one thing? This is the one thing I want to tell. Now, look at these values. Look at these values. At 90% level of confidence, my Z value is 1.64. At 95%, it is 1.96. 98%, 2.33. 99%, 2.58. Otherwise, let me write a significant value here that I have not written. Okay. What is 90% significant level? 0.1. 0.1 that I have not written. Okay. Let me write the, okay, so immediately I can write, okay. So now, okay, I should have written that also. Now, 90% significant value is 0.1, opposite. 95%, 0.05. 98%, 0.02. 99%, 0.01. Corresponding t value or z value. Corresponding z value or t value. Now, you write down in the notebook 0.1, 0.05, 0.02, 0.01, which is reducing. Significant value is reducing. My z value is increasing. Otherwise, when my t value increases, my significant value will come down. Simple. Please understand. My t value increases 1.64, 1.96, 2.33, 2.58. It is increasing. My significant level 0.1, 0.05, 0.02, 0.01. It is decreasing. So when my t estimate increases, significant value will come down. Yesterday also in chi-square, when my chi-square value increases, significant value will decrease. Now, if my significant value is 0.05, my t value will be 1.96. Alright. When my t value is more than 1.96, my significant value will be less than 0.05. So, normally, what we have seen so far, we have seen the significant value. When the significant value is less than 0.05, we have rejected the null hypothesis. Less than 0.05. Rejected null hypothesis, which means no difference is rejected, which means there is a difference. Otherwise, when my significant value is less than 0.05, I will say there is a difference. Okay. Now, what I am going to tell is, I am not going to see the significant value. I am going to see the t value. Right. I know that at 0.05, my t value is 1.96. My t value is more than 1.96, then I will say null hypothesis rejected. Otherwise, I will say there is a difference. Now here my t value is 11, which means there is a difference. That is what here. Okay, so you can look at the significant value, you can tell. Otherwise, you can look at the t value, you can tell. If my t value is more than 1.96, then I can say that there is a difference at 5% level of significance. If my t value is more than 2.58, then I can say my significant value will be less than 0.01. If my t value is more than 2.58, then I can say there is a difference at more than 95% level of confidence. So, we need to look at the t value. That is why in journals, you have to report the t value. You have to report the f value. Okay. So, now f value is a number, right? So, see, we say that 1.96 itself is sufficient. If it is more than 1.96, there is a difference. Now imagine there is 11. Oh, which means the difference is huge. 5 times, huge difference. Okay. So instead of telling there is a difference, no, if you say, if you report the t value, it indicates, okay, something more. Okay. So that is the importance of this t value. What is t value? T value is estimate divided by standard error. Here in a ANOVA and in a independent sample t-test, our estimate is difference. Difference between two mean x1 bar minus x2 bar divided by standard error. That is 15,000 something, 1,400. That is why it is 10. Okay, it is 10. Okay. So now that we have seen, one more thing that is upper value, that because, okay, how do you get the upper value? The upper value is nothing but we are getting the lower bound, upper bound. No, that upper value is nothing but mean difference, mean in a normal curve, mean Z value is 1.96 into standard error. So by using this formula, we are trying to find out the lower level and we are trying to find out the upper level reported here. So reported here, lower bound level and upper bound level. That is what it is reported here. Okay, so now, see, let me put on a generalized form now. In a t-test, t-value is mean difference divided by standard error. Otherwise, estimate divided by standard error. That formula you keep it in mind. Estimate divided by standard error. For example, if you go to regression, where estimate is beta. So our t-value there is beta divided by standard error. So for anything, t-value is nothing but what we are estimating there. That estimate divided by standard error is the t-value. This is the normal form. Whether it is t-test, whether it is regression, whether it is any test. What is estimated? Whether it is difference, whether it is beta, whether it is correlation. Okay, so that estimate divided by standard error is the t-value. Okay, so that generalized form you need to know. Now, if you know this t-value, this t-value also you should remember 1.96, 2.58. 1.96 is 5%, 95% level of confidence. 0.05. 99% is 2.58, 0.01. 3 standard deviation, right? We saw now 99% means mean plus or minus 3 standard deviation. Okay, so that is what I want to tell here. Okay.